C'est ça?
Okay. I would recommend for this dive the same equal of the group like previous dive. Okay, we don't switch the body pairs. We don't do everybody have a body. Everybody knows who is his body because our next destination, I think everyone is here. Nice.
I'm here, man. What?
Who is missing? I can stand. So guys, good morning, still good morning everyone. Our next destination is going to be Ras Mohammad. How many of you have been diving around Ras Mohammad before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, as less of you know that Ras Mohammad is counting as a marine park, it's a protected area. Okay, and especially the best part of all Ras Mohammad as a marine park, of course, the eastern side. Because wherever current runs from north or from the south, the east side is affected on the current. Alright? So it's going to be, you should count, a deep dive, a deep dive, because as I was trying to draw the dive site looks like, the main reef itself, the slope of the main reef comes very shallow to the sandy bottom of the eastern south part. The depth is about 6-8 meters, but around the eastern corner is a completely drop off, and the main reef goes down and the negative angle down to over 700 meters. Some people say it's 900 meters depth. So if you really want to see the beauty of the Red Sea as a drop off, this is the best dive spot. We don't have anything similar to the Ras Mohammad. Even the Brothers and Deadless, the slopes of the reef is much more gentle, and anyway it's coming to the depth of 100-120 meters. But here you don't see the bottom wherever you go. So you should remember, especially when you're diving around the Red Sea, once you jump at the drop off, usually the visibility is great. Sometimes it can be over 70 meters. As a horizontal view, the same as a vertical view. You have to watch out with your depth, because you get so excited by seeing the best coral formation, the coral condition, plenty of fish, spawning fish, so you get really distracted by seeing all of it and not watching your depth. With the good visibility, sometimes you don't realize that you can find yourself easily at a depth over 30 meters. As most of you have certified only as an advanced diver, only if you got deep specialty certificate, you're allowed to go down to 40 meters, otherwise your maximum depth is going to be not deeper than 30 meters. And the divers who's diving on nitrox, please, you have to take care of your depth. You have to keep your eye all the time on your computer. Make sure that the current doesn't drop you, or you, by being excited seeing a fish, don't go over the limit. If it's clear for everyone? Okay. As I mentioned before, the Ras Mohammad is a marine park. We're not allowed to move the boat. So we're not going to drop any anchor or to move the boat with any lines. Once I'm done with the briefing, we're all going downstairs and getting up at the same time. Please, the sun now is nearly on the top. It's like nearly, it's 11 o'clock. It's very bloody hot. Honestly, on the sun we can't stay. I can't stay with my t-shirt. I can't imagine what is going to happen to us once we put the wetsuit on for the 5, even 3 millimeter. So please, I'm kindly asking you to get up. Do not waste the time. Get up at the same time. Find yourself a spot along the starboard side, along the port side, to put your wetsuit comfortably. The crew is definitely going to make you help you with your VCD. Once you're done, please come on the lower platform. Go through proper body check. Make sure that you don't let behind your weight system, because once you're in the water, the boat is going to move aside. It's going to be drifted outside. So there is no chance that you can swim back to the boat and grab your weight. Okay, so make sure that your weight system is in. Okay, that your jacket slightly inflated. Okay, put your fins, prepare your mask, keep it around the neck, and stay wait for the rest of the group. And everybody is ready. All of you must be with the fins on, camera is in the hand, mask is in the face, and the boat is gonna come closer to the main reef. After that, I'm gonna tell you the plan A and the plan B, because while you're getting up, myself or Amr is gonna get up much faster, gonna go to check the current. The plan E8 is considering to the main current, usual current, in case if it's running from north to south. So our boat with this third is gonna come closer to the main reef, which one is called shark. It's starting with a drop off. Okay, it's gonna come closer, and the captain is gonna give a sign. Wee, wee, wee. The crew and Amar is going to be at the back of the platform. Once Amar is jumping, each one of you, one by one, stepping in the water. But please, before you jump, make sure that the previous diver swim a little bit away. Once you're in the water, at the surface, you swim towards the reef. Only when you come closer next to the reef, you stay at the surface, you meet your body, everything is okay, you're starting to descend. Is it clear for everyone? Please don't starting to descend away from the reef, because you never know on which angle the current takes you. We need to be safe closer to the reef. We're gonna jump like 50 meters away, so the visibility usually is great. Otherwise you follow the dive guide, or I'm gonna be the place where is the dropping point with the Zodiac. I'm gonna be in the water and wait for all of you. So I'm gonna be as a reference. You're swimming towards me. Once you see me, you're starting to descend to the depth of 5-7 meters towards the reef. Keeping the reef on the right hand side, you're starting to descend. Please watch out for your depth, because the wall is extremely beautiful. It includes all the kind of sea fans, black corals, soft corals, sponge corals, anything with corals. All the wall is covered with it, and of course plentiful fish. Is looking for the easy meal, which one comes with the current. Look out in the blue, schooling barracuda, schooling snappers, schooling travelis, the bedfish, hundreds of them, the flat silver fish. Just staying in the side. The sun is on the top. Most probably we're gonna be only the one boat who is diving at the moment there. So the fish stay very close to the reef. It's a very good season to dive around Ras Mohammed, because we have kind of also sardine run. It's not like in South Africa, we have small sardines, but also get attracted on the big fish. The big fish as a grey reef is also possible. Like have a look down to the dark water, maybe there is something big passing by. So your right eye is at the slope of the reef, your left eye out in the blue and your computer. You understand what I mean? Okay, once you go around the shark reef and come to the south and eastern side, you will see the starting the plateau. It starts behind the shark reef at a depth of 30 meters. At this point, you should be really careful, because as I was writing, the current goes between the main reef and the coral formations, as we call shark in Yolanda. So it gives the current a good option to make a down current channel. So once you go around the shark, you want to come to the plateau, but the current is pushing you down. You should remember the down current is always next to the reef. There is two options for you. One option is to swim a little bit away from the reef to the main. Don't try to come and climb the reef. No, swim 5-10 meters away, and you will be stable at your depth, because the down current always next to the reef. Or keep a hand on your inflator, but you can inflate the jacket while the down current is affecting you. But once you're coming out of the down current, all the big air what you press in, it's gonna pull you up. So you really have to keep eye on your computer once again. Once you feel that you're out of the current and you're starting to ascend, please use your deflator. But some of you doesn't have a back dump valve. Please, to deflate your jacket, you have to stay vertical. You have to bring your inflator up and check that for sure your air is going out of the jacket. Don't try to deflate your jacket by being in a horizontal position. It's not going to work. You have to stay for a second vertical, deflated, and then it's going to work. If it's clear for everyone, check your jacket once again. If you get a dump valve, use it. It's on the back on the right hand side, Mohammad. Then you let the mostly all air go out of your jacket. Okay? Good. So once you go around the shark reef, we're gonna come at the edge of the plateau. As I was mentioning, it's starting from 30 meters of depth, and from this point we're starting to come up on the top of the extremely beautiful coral garden. There's a coral forest. There's a coral hats covered with the soft fire corals, with everything that you can see. All the corals what you cannot see above the sea itself. So you're coming in the top of the coral garden, and you would clearly see the wall of Yolanda Reef, the second coral formation, which was located in the main plateau, but a little bit away from the drop-off itself. Keeping the Yolanda on the right hand side, your average depth is going to be between 16 and 18 meters. Very beautiful. Have a look for the scorpion fish, Napoleon rust, spotted rays. Have a keep eye out on the blue for the big stuff as well. As long as you're drifting around Yolanda, depends on the current, in a half an hour, 35 minutes of the dive time, you will find yourself on the top of the wreckage. This is not a wreck. Wreck lies at a depth of 180 meters. But this is the wreckage or the cargo of the Greek boat, which one was carrying the name Yolanda. It was carrying the supply for the one of the hotel as the toilets and the bathtubs. Unfortunately, some people say to get the insurance, the captain hit the reef on purpose. Some people say it was a bad weather and Yolanda Reef was a submergent kind of part of the reef, so they didn't see it and they hit the reef. Whatever the reason was, 1980s, this boat is sunk. Give us a good chance to have a lot of fun around the toilets itself. You know, some people sitting in it, some people putting their hand in it, whatever you want to have fun. Please feel free, but please watch your computer to do not make any decompression dive, because mostly all the toilets and the bathtubs lies in the depth of 20 meters. Once you're done with the wreckage, you would like come to the last coral formation, which one we call as a satellite reef. It's a very tiny, small coral head, which one gives you on the western side very shallow water, maximum is 6.5 meters depth, and it's completely shaded from the current, so you can nicely make your safety stop, have a chance with the turtle and the giant moray eels and other spotted rays. Make your safety stop, deploy your SMB while you're coming up to the safety stop, and the Zodiacs is going to cover all the dive long, all this distance. Alright? In case the plan number 2, if the current is opposite way, which one is possible, then we go opposite way completely. We're going to jump on the top of Yolanda wreck. We spend as much time as we want to take a picture on the top of what I was mentioning, and then we go around with the current, keeping the Yolanda reef and on top of the coral garden. To the left hand side, come shallower between 10-16 meters between Yolanda and shark. Don't need to go this way because we're going to leave it for the third dive, or even tomorrow morning we're still diving around shark Yolanda. Okay, drifting with the current in between those two reef formations on the top of extremely beautiful coral garden. Come to the main reef, keeping the main reef on the left hand side. If the current is quite strong enough, we're going to end up on the eastern side of the main reef, whereas the Anemone city is located. Anemone starting from 5 meters of depth goes down to the 25 meters of depth. Extremely beautiful, the biggest concentration of anemone that you can see in the northern part of the Red Sea. Very beautiful photographers, because at the end of the dive, when you stay shallow, you're not going to miss any single piece of the anemones. Once again, you finish your dive over there, come up to the safety stop, deploy your SMB, and the Zodiacs is going to follow. So I'm going to confirm the plan. Plan A, reef on right, plan B on the left. I'm going to confirm that before you jump in the water. While you're heating up, I'm going to check the current, because you never can be sure about the current, especially here in the part of the Strait of Gobel, because it's changing every 6 hours. To north, to south, you will feel it definitely. You will get this experience around Sisegorm, because we're going to go for a couple of dives around Sisegorm and different timing. You will see how the current is changing. But here, I didn't dive here in the morning, so I didn't catch the time when the current is changing. So right now, I need to confirm the current to make this dive more pleasant for you. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah? Anybody wants to complete something? Good. Thank you very much for your attention.